So here we go. Techniques of differentiation. General notation for derivatives is f prime of x. We've seen that. This is df dx, or the derivative of f with respect to x. Sometimes we also say dy dx. If it's y equal, it's dy dx. If it's f of x, it's df dx. Or sometimes if we have the rule itself, as you're going to see, it's the derivative with respect to x of that rule. All the dx says that x is the variable. Dx means x is the variable. And all of them say the same thing. They're just in a different notation. And you do use them in different ways. Rules of differentiation. These are the ones you have to have down. They're called the basic. The derivative of a constant. If I know that f of x is equal to c, then I went down through this, I'm going to do this again, then the limit, and this should be a 0 there, the limit of h goes to 0, 0, 0. Derivative of a constant is 0. So where this actually comes from is this. If I know that f of x is equal to c, then if I looking at f of x plus h, well, there's no x where there's c, so that's just c. The original problem is just c. I'm heading toward the difference quotient. If I take a look at f of x plus h minus f of x, that's c minus c. That's just 0. And the difference quotient itself, f of x plus h minus f of x all over h, well, that's just 0 over h, which is 0. So this is c minus c, which is 0, divided by h, which is just 0. So if I take the limit, now by the way, this is the slope of the secant. But if I take the limit as h goes to 0, that's the slope of the tangent of 0. That's just 0. So that gives me the formula that the derivative of a constant is 0. So I have that up there, constant rule. If f of x equals c, then f prime of x equals 0. Derivative of a constant is 0. So here's an example. F of x equals 4, negative 4, then f prime of x, because this is a constant, is 0. What's really happening is this. Remember, what this guy is the slope of the tangent line. It's a line that touches the graph at only one point. If I want to graph f of x, it's f of x equals negative 4. It's a horizontal line. That says, pick any point on that graph, draw a line which is tangent. Notice, it's on that graph. What's the slope of the horizontal line? 0. So the slope of a horizontal line is 0. So that would be why the slope of the tangent line would be 0, because the line's horizontal. So slope of the constant is 0, rule number 1 of basics.